Good afternoon, students. Today, we will discuss how to join two sentences using relative pronouns. First of all, let us remind each other. In Form 1, we discussed what are relative pronouns. We said relative pronouns are words. Relative pronouns are words that introduce relative clauses, that introduce relative clauses which provide more information about a noun or a noun phrase. More information about a noun or a noun phrase. That was what we covered in Form 1. That is. Let us again remind each other on the examples of these relative pronouns before we use them in joining sentences. We have, let us say, have the examples here. You may recall very well that we have who. Who as a relative pronoun is used as a subject. Who is a subject pronoun. Just like he, she, and we. So when we use who as a pronoun, it means the noun we are referring to in that sentence is a subject. And then just like he, she, we. Instead of writing Johnny went to the market, we'll say he went to the market. And then if we're asking a question, we'll say who went to the market? That is Jenny went to the river. We'll say she went to the river. If we will be asking a question to replace that one, we'll say who went to the river? That is So who as a relative pronoun is used as a subject pronoun, just like these ones. Then we have whom. Whom as a relative pronoun is an object pronoun, is an object pronoun. We know what is an object in a sentence. An object in a sentence is something that receives an action of the verb in the sentence. For example, if you say, the cat killed the dog. The cat killed the dog. Don't worry with the way it is placed. Let us use it as a sentence. The cat killed the dog. That means the cat is a subject, while the dog is object. So this one is an object, while this one is a subject. That is. So when we are using whom, that means we are referring to this. If it is a person, to the object of the sentence. Yes. So whom is an object pronoun, just like him, her, us. Just like him, her, and us. That is it. So whom is an object pronoun used just like him, her, us. Okay. Then we have whose. This one. This one is a possessive pronoun just like his, her, our. Is a possessive pronoun just like his, her, and our. They show ownership. That's why I say they're possessive, they show ownership. So whose is a possessive pronoun. We use when the pronoun is the owner of what is being mentioned in the sentence. We have which. Which, when we're using which refers to things in a sentence. Refers to things. That is it. Which refers to things. That means you cannot use which for people. You just use which for animals, trees, buildings, and whatsoever. You can also use this one for people. And then, lastly, you will recall very well that we have that as a relative pronoun. That is used for both people and things. So, refers to both people and things. That refers to both people and things. That is it. So, our task today, our main task is to join two sentences using relative pronouns. Now, we'll be using the relative pronouns that I have given here properly to join the sentences. That is. Let us go to our main task. That one was helping us how we can handle the main issue that we have. So, how to join these sentences? So, how to join these sentences when given sentences using relative pronouns? We will start with this one, and then you will be telling me which pronoun can be used to fit the sentence. I have given you how these pronouns should be used properly. But first of all, when you are joining sentences using relative pronouns, you have to note this. You have to note this. One, identify the shared pronouns. Nouns, sorry, the shared nouns between the two sentences. So you first identify the shared nouns between the two sentences. So always remember, you identify the shared nouns between the two sentences. The two sentences. You see? Then replace one of the nouns with a relative pronoun. Replace one of them with a relative pronoun. Let's go. For example, we have this one. The dog was barking loudly. The dog was barking loudly as the first sentence. The second one, it was chasing a squirrel. It was chasing a squirrel. That one. So, as we have said, I said, first of all, if you want to join these two sentences, what you have to do is to identify the shared pronouns, nouns within the two sentences, between them, identify. And in this one, if you go, you have this one, the dog. And then you have this one again, is referring to the same, which is in the first sentence. That is, are we together there? We have the dog in the first sentence, and in the second one, we have it. So now, they were saying replace one noun with a relative pronoun. First of all, let me ask you, the way the sentence is, the nouns which have been used, which relative pronoun can suit this one? Out of the 5 that I've given, the one which is best for this one is which. Because you remember I said which refers to things. And then here we have the dog is a thing. So the pronoun which can suit this sentence to be joined well is which. So now what we have to do is we will take this part of the sentence and then bring it where we have a noun. Since they have said substitute one with a relative pronoun. So at first or somewhere where you have a spare paper, you will do this. The dog, just do it, don't mind about it. It was chasing a squirrel. Was, we continue with this one, barking loudly. Full stop. You will remind that grammatically this sentence does not make sense, but we will have to perfect it in the second phase. So we will say these ones is what they were saying. Replace one with a relative pronoun. So the fine sentences will be the dog. This one will go. And which was chasing a squirrel. Come on. Was barking loudly. So that one is done. This one is correct. The dog which was chasing a squirrel was barking loudly. This is grammatically correct. So as I've said, this second part, you have to do it on your spare paper, and then you bring the fine one here, you get it as a correct answer. But you have to make sure that you know the proper pronoun, relative pronoun to use, as I've already given you. Let us have a second example. A second example. Let's have this one. Jane also works as a social worker. As a social worker. Full stop. The second one is she is a teacher. That one. So if you have that sentence there, you have got that pair of sentences, then they are asking you to join them. First of all, I've said you identify the shared pronouns. The shared nouns in them. So we have Jenny and she. These ones are the same. Then from there, you have to check, recall very well to say which relative pronoun can suit this sentence. That is it. Jane is a human being, right? And in this sentence, Jane is a subject. Then therefore, the pronoun which is a subject is who. If you remember from there, from our examples, is who. So what we'll do with this one is that we will write this one. Jenny she is a teacher, also works as a social worker. I mind you, I said this part should be done on your spare paper, not where a teacher is going to mark. So the fine sentence will be Jenny, who she will go, because they told us that replace one with a relative pronoun. Jenny, who is a teacher, also works as a social worker. Full stop. So this one is a fine sentence that has to be marked. That is. Do we need another example? Okay, so for today, we have done this, and then I will give you an exercise of 2 sentences. Just go and do it at home. So our exercise is the car was found in the river. Of this one. The car was found in the river. It was stolen last month. It was stolen last month. Number 2, just 2 sentences. The boy is an orator himself. The boy is an orator himself. His sister is a renowned orator. His sister is a renowned orator. So go and do these 2 sentences and bring them tomorrow for marking. Have a good day.